Immigrant truck drivers, mostly Latino, are reportedly threatening to stop delivering any goods to the state of Florida. This follows Governor Ron DeSantis' decision to sign into law a new bill, which is among some of the toughest anti-immigration legislation in years. From Run That, we go live to Xavier Walton in Miami. Xavier, break this all down for us.
Well, Adrian, this call to action by Latino truck drivers really picked up steam, if you will, on TikTok over the weekend. One driver saying, "Do not enter Florida," then encouraging other Latino truck drivers to do the same, follow suit, and that led to a thread on social media. Bottom line here, Latino drivers are calling for a boycott and in some regards refusing to deliver shipments here in Florida. All this in response to a sweeping anti-immigration bill signed into law just last week by Governor DeSantis. The law aimed to limit the flow of illegal immigration. Among other things, under the new law, businesses with more than 25 staffers are required to use E-Verify. That's a federal system that determines if employees can legally work in the United States. It also requires employers to fire an employee if they discover that employee to be a foreign national who is not authorized to work in the country. Another provision from the law, it invalidates out-of-state driver's licenses issued to unauthorized immigrants.
Show solidarity and cuts off the supply chain to Florida. A. B, it's also a statement of solidarity with their fellow countrymen who don't see that status as an issue when they're here.
So immigrant advocates say Florida's approach is targeting a community, a group of people already struggling to survive. Here's some stats for you. 21% of people living in Florida, the Sunshine State, aren't born in the United States. That's according to the Migration Policy Institute. A grassroots nonprofit estimates there are approximately 300,000 farm workers who live in the state illegally, making up about 60% of the state's farming workforce.
Generally speaking, an employer is not going to let the drivers dictate the company business, and they would be terminated.
And that doesn't, of course, apply to independent contractors. Meantime, advocates are already talking about the possible potential ripple effect this new law can actually have with regards to deliveries to grocery stores. There are videos posted on social media over the weekend showing empty shelves, and this being the reason as to why. Adrian, that's something we're gonna have to wait and see how it actually plays out. Obviously, this law this bill just being signed into law last week.
Yeah, and it doesn't go into effect until July 1st, but there are promises by some of these Latino truck drivers that they'll be banning the delivery of goods, or they'll boycott the delivery of goods to Florida on June 1st. But we don't really know yet how widespread this is going to be, right? I mean, this got a lot of traction on TikTok, getting a lot of attention on those videos shared on social media, but it's very grassroots and so far not really evident as to how much this is going to happen in real time.
Yeah, Adrian, that's the thing. Like, this just happened over the weekend, at least the call for action, right? It's going to take some time to see whether or not this actually does pick up steam, whether or not it does make a difference. But when you talk to people, they think this is a way for at least the immigrant coalition, the advocates there, to say, hey, this new law isn't okay.